Can Tom Brady be General Sherman and burn Atlanta to the ground?
Or will it be Julio Jones doing the burning of the Pats secondary?
We shall see. On the War Room's Sunday Night Football preview.
Sunday Night Football, Patriots at Falcons. Your Patriots.
That's right. Excited for this game. This is a good Sunday Night Football matchup.
Because what we said that we like offense. It's
Yes,
fun
we do.
to watch.
Well, this should be the week then. If we like offense, we know the Falcons have been dying to break out of the shell that they've been contained in. They've been in the 21 to 23 point shell, and the Patriots have only scored 23, 13, and 23 points. So they're averaging like 19 on the season. They're averaging 23. Both teams we should think would trend at least a touchdown upward.
Yeah.
Tonight might be the night where everybody just takes off the gloves and let's street fight it under the lights in the Dome on Sunday.
Matt Ryan has been disappointing in terms of what we come to expect from him as a fantasy quarterback. I think he steps it up a notch. Tom Brady, I like him against a soft Falcons defense. It should be noted, of course, Rob Gronkowski and Danny Amendola both stayed home, did not make the trip. They will not play.
Even though Twitter went crazy when there were reports Friday morning of Gronk having a fully packed bag with shoulder pads, again, another decoy by Belichick. Surprise, he was manipulating the media once again. No Amendola, no Gronk, so no Gronk and Dola. I think Kenbrell Thompkins, who caught his first 2 touchdown passes last week and got hugs, not Uggs from Brady. Good start. I like Dobson this week as well because that's a banged-up defense. There's no defensive line pressure generated by the Falcons right now. The secondary is mediocre at best. It's a great week to start in the Patriots, and I'll tell you what, they're going to try and control the ball running. This is the week you finally go, I'm so glad I didn't trade Stephen Ridley for a kicker. He's going to do it this week.
All right, I'll bite on that. You mentioned Kenbrell Thompkins. He was the target of last week's call to arms, and I've got something to say to this week's. Harry Douglas. Sit down. Says on your fantasy page that you got 6 targets in week 3. Second best on the team. Can you then explain to me how you got 1 catch for 9 yards and a fumble? I would say thanks for nothing, but nothing is technically more than you gave me. Thank you for the negative points. That was a fun loss. Now I picked you up in order to fill in for Roddy White while he's got that high ankle sprain. And you did okay in week 1, 93 yards. But you have been a black hole of suck ever since. You want to be remembered as the guy who fell down on the open field and cost his team a trip to the Super Bowl? Or do you want to be remembered as a guy who stepped up and helped out a stranger's pretend football team? Listen, Julio Jones is drawing the opponent's top cornerback, and you're getting Roddy White's targets. There is no reason you can't get 80 yards and a touchdown. I want you to go out there and get it done against the Patriots. I'll be watching. Every week I have trouble standing up.
But yet you deliver this like seamless monologue. Your soliloquies over there are fantastic. If you could only just transition better.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, those guys in the call to arms have produced a touchdown every single week. I think Harry Douglas does it this week too.
You should stop wearing clown shoes in the studio though.
I really should. They're so comfortable.
They are. They're like Uggs before. They were like the Crocs before Crocs.
One player I want to talk about, Tony Gonzalez, has not been a top 20 tight end.
Surprising, isn't it?
But he's still getting red zone targets. I think he's a good play as well.
A lot of this can be attributed to and explained by the absence of Roddy White. Little did we we know Julio Jones is the burner.
Yep.
Forget Steven Jackson being out. They're not a great running team in the first place, though they love to run it from the 10 in the second half of the red area. Roddy White is their possession receiver, and not having Matty Ice's dependable, his very tall, binky, if you will, his 1A has hurt him a lot. So now Julio's deep. Harry Douglas, you're calling him out, and that means they can double up on Tony Gonzalez when they go in the red zone. So it stands to reason. Julio Jones is really the game changer here. He's going to draw Aqib Talib, who's leading the NFL right now in interceptions. Patriots' pass defense has been good. Their entire defense has been good. But then again, they played 2 rookies and a deactivated quarterback on the season. Big test for the Pats defense. Big test for them. They're the hottest team in the first quarter offensively, fantasy-wise. They're the worst team in the fourth quarter, fantasy-wise.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to make one last note about Jacquizz Rodgers. I don't love him. Jason Snelling is getting a ton of carries, especially at the goal line.
Jacquizz out. He had 18 to 11 in terms of touches last week. That's all I'm saying is Jacquizz, watch out.
I don't like him.
I'm texting you naughty words later when Arian Foster doesn't score and Jacquizz does.
Very well, sir.